I want to talk about something called motivated reasoning real quick, and then show you what my problem is with Styx and Hammer. So firstly, hold on, Twitter advanced search. I have to use incognito because I think he has me blocked. I like how he was talking so much shit about me. I would burn his entire worldview to ashes in his sight and leave him gibbering incoherently. I'm trying to find a tweet. I basically asked him, somebody tweeted a video. Okay, let's watch the video first, okay? So classical, liberal. Okay, so here we go. I don't know, maybe this clip is out of context. Oof, I'm not sure what context you could put this in that would make it more palatable, but let's listen.
Whatever the death toll was, you cannot say that every death was the result of execution. It is true, for example, that the Zyklon B, that when I was a kid they always said, yeah, they gassed him with Zyklon B. The problem being Zyklon B is actually a delousing agent. This is not speculation or a conspiracy theory. Zyklon B continued to be used to disinfect male and travelers' clothing as part of the delousing process into the 1960s. It's a mostly harmless chemical. You would have to get it all over yourself. The thing is, these handprints that people talk about on the walls and so forth, they can't even prove they're contemporary to the time period. They show the gas chamber at Auschwitz. The problem being the gas chamber at Auschwitz is actually a showering facility. The actual chamber that would have been the gas chamber is a far smaller unit with some pumps in it. The famous Auschwitz shower was quite literally a showering station. They've got like swimming pools at these places. I believe that there were death camps. Of course there were. However, what's not clear is if this was a deliberate extermination effort on a grand scale or whether they were primarily focusing on eliminating criminals and the sick.
Okay, so let's talk about motivated reasoning. So motivated reasoning is where you have you've got like a point of view, you have a conclusion that you've got a conclusion that you believe in, and then you create an ad hoc explanation for it. So let me give you an example, okay? Let's say that I believe that women are inferior to men because they've got smaller brains, right? That means that what I will look for is, let's say then that we Google sizes of male brain versus female brain. Let's say that I come across a website that's called www.womensuckdicksandmenarethebest.com. And when I go to this website, it's got like a picture and the guy's like, this is a drawing of the male brain. This is a drawing of the female brain, okay? Now let's say that I see this and I go, okay, wait, I think it was post hoc, not ad hoc, sorry. Wait, hold on, let me get this right. Wait, is it ad hoc or post hoc? I'm sorry, it would be a post hoc explanation. Ad hoc is formed, arranged, or done for a particular, or would it be when you create an ad hoc argument to satisfy a certain conclusion? It's some kind of hoc. It might be post hoc. I think it's post hoc because it's after, right? I think. Regardless, you have your conclusion and then you create an argument to support the conclusion, right? So let's say that I think it's ad hoc, but it might be post hoc, but I don't care. It's some kind of hoc, okay? Hawkeye? That means annihilation. Annihilate in Japanese. Did you know that? I learned that in Nier because I died 400 times before beating that to a fucking android. So let's say that you come across the website and this is the picture that you see, okay? And you look at it and you go, wow, yeah, he's right. I mean, the evidence is right here, right? If you were to get into an argument with somebody and they unironically presented you this picture as evidence, you would look at them and you would go, okay, this is really dumb. And the guy's like, why? I mean, if you've got new evidence, you can change my mind, right? The reason why the other person is stupid is because it's clear that they've engaged in a form of motivated reasoning. That means that they already had the conclusion that women are inferior to men, and they would accept whatever evidence possible that backs that point up. So it's very clear. When you cite something like this to me, you already believe fundamentally that women are inferior to men. You didn't do an honest search for evidence. You just found the first thing that agreed with you, and then you went with it because that's what your fundamental view is. So when I see a video of somebody saying that Zyklon B is just a delousing agent, well, what is Zyklon B? Zyklon B is hydrogen cyanide that literally interferes with cellular respiration. We can look this up on Wikipedia in 2 seconds. The fact that you would read somewhere that Zyklon B is harmless and not even do a cursory wiki search on what Zyklon B actually is, makes me feel like you have engaged in a form of motivated reasoning. It makes me feel like you already believe that the Holocaust is fake, that Jewish people exaggerate the Holocaust because they're trying to destroy Western civilization or some shit, and you went and you found the first piece of evidence, and you grabbed that piece of evidence, and now you're going to spread it to everybody like you've discovered some huge thing. If I can disprove you giving a massive conspiracy theory in the literal second paragraph of the wiki article describing this topic, it makes me feel like you haven't really done your homework and you've already foregone the conclusion in your research. Now, apparently he doesn't hold this viewpoint anymore. However, it still leads me to wonder, why were you so quick to adopt this point of view, so quick to adopt it and then go out in a video and speak about it without doing even the smallest amount, an iota of research to see if what you were saying is true? Is there an underlying motivation for you to do this? The fact that later on he makes a comment about how there were even pools in this place. I don't know what he means by that. What do you mean by that?
Facility. The actual chamber that would have been the gas chamber is a far smaller unit with some pumps in it. The famous Auschwitz shower was quite literally a showering station. They've got like swimming pools at these places. I believe that there were death camps. Of course there were. However, what's not clear is if this was a deliberate extermination.
Did I miss it? I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Talk about on the walls and so forth. They can't even prove they're contemporary to the time period. They show the gas chamber at Auschwitz. The problem being the gas chamber at Auschwitz is actually a showering facility. The actual chamber that would have been the gas chamber is a far smaller unit with some pumps in it. The famous Auschwitz shower was quite literally a showering station. They've got like swimming pools at these places.
Yeah. Like, what is that throwaway comment supposed to imply? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that these camps weren't as bad as they say you were, right? But this is kind of, when I talk about inductive reasoning, these are the kinds of like tools that I will use very carefully, because you can be wrong, but like I think I could put together a pretty coherent argument for him pushing kind of neo-Nazi-esque views in this video, or rather that he probably holds some of these, right? With a few pieces of evidence. One, he claims that the Holocaust is grossly over-exaggerated. Now, maybe he presents more evidence of that in a more long-form video. That is entirely possible. But two, the idea that he was so quick to jump on this Zyklon B is just a disinfectant. Guess what? So is bleach. Okay, that doesn't make it safe to eat. The fact, and then the fact that he throws in like these like one-liners where it's like, well, they couldn't even prove the bloody hands on the wall. The showers were just showers. They even had swimming pools. You know, sometimes people just die, right? It kind of makes it look like you have internally this idea that maybe Jewish people weren't really killed that much. Maybe they were just trying to kill criminals. I think he even throws in that, like, he hits on so many classic neo-Nazi talking points that it's like, dude, like, you know, like,
this Auschwitz shower was quite literally a showering station. They've got like swimming pools at these places.
This endpoint here?
I believe that there were death camps. Of course there were.
But the death camps weren't to kill Jews.
However, what's not clear is if this was a deliberate extermination effort on a grand scale, or whether they were primarily focusing on eliminating criminals and the sick.
Yeah, they're just trying to, and this is like, and this is what I talked about earlier. I'm sorry, I know a lot of these terms are boring, but like, this is what's called the, it's like Mott and Bailey. Fuck, I don't know how to spell these British disgusting fucking words. I don't know how to spell any of these. Mott and Bailey. Where it's basically, you're basically pulling you're pulling a bait and switch. So a neo-Nazi, and I don't know if Styx is a neo-Nazi, okay? A neo-Nazi is never going to come out and say, hey, the Holocaust is fake, Jews made it up, they're just trying to cuck white people into feeling like into feeling they should be, or they're trying to cuck white people into giving up like Western civilization to like colored people or some shit. I don't know, whatever the neo-Nazi argument is to the Jewish question, right? That the whole point of the argument is to just make you concede small things, right? I don't want to make you a neo-Nazi. I just want you to admit that maybe some stuff of the Holocaust is made up. Sometimes people do die in war, you know? Maybe the numbers aren't exactly correct, you know? Maybe the camps were just to kill criminals. Maybe maybe like you try to like win little battles like that, and then at the end you pull the bait and switch, or like on another platform you'll say like, well, I already got him to agree to all of these things, like, yeah, of course the Holocaust is bullshit. It's like the entire strategy of engaging in these types of arguments, Okay. But I'm sorry, the ultimate irony is that I sent a tweet out to Styx, and I asked him to explain, because I was curious, because somebody said that he changed his view. Fuck, does anybody have a link to this tweet? I actually tweeted at him, and I was like, okay, well, hey, what? I think I specifically said in my tweet, I was like, hey, maybe I'm not interested in gotcha, so why don't you tell me what you think now? Okay, I even specifically stated to him, okay? I said, okay, well, I'm interested in what's true and not what could be falsely attributed. So let's start. Styx666 official, do you believe that the Holocaust happened and is reported accurately? Or do you think the numbers/events are exaggerated, and to what extent? Please answer. I don't know if he ever actually answered this tweet because he blocked me, and it's really hard to search for quoted tweets once I'm blocked afterwards. Did he ever actually respond to this tweet? Do you know? He blocked me after, so I couldn't see. Oh, wait, maybe I did see this. Sure, it happened. As for the total toll, I wasn't there. I suppose it depends on if you count commissar-ordered deaths. I get the feeling that opinion of the Holocaust is a rite of passage for anyone speaking on politics, a bizarre determinant into what clique they fall into. I don't know what, and then shortly, I don't know if I read this or not, because shortly after this he blocked me because he thinks he basically accused me, him and Patricia accused me of some grand conspiracy where I apparently believe that, I sent videos to the classical liberal guy, that Peter Norway dude, that I haven't even accepted DMs from. Apparently I sent him videos, in order to defame Styx and Hammer before our debate or something. But yeah, I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know if Styx and Hammer pushes anti-Semitic points or is anti-Semitic. I have no idea. I was interested, and I would have engaged in a conversation because, again, when I have talks with people, I'm not trying to nail people on things they've said for you said this or this. I don't care about that. It's just not entertaining to me, and it's not truthful to me. I'd rather find out what do you actually believe. But he got hardcore triggered when this video surfaced, and he ended up blocking me and then backing out of the debate that we actually had set up. If you want a Bunty-hosted chat, that works. We'll have to make 100% sure slow mode is on, though, because our rabid fan bases will overrun chat and make it a pure misery for Bunty if it isn't. I don't care about chat, so he can do whatever he wants, as long as he doesn't interrupt a thought to read a super chat detailing the amount of soy I ingest or something, but yeah, Bunty's stream works fine. I promise not to bring up your soy consumption if you don't allude to my excessive consumption of German sausage, lol. Sure thing, mate. So, oh yeah, and then he blocked me. I don't know why I can't see these DMs anymore, but yeah, so this was so we had it all set up. We were good to go. And then he got hella salty. After saying this, too. I'm sorry. I'm going to harp on these guys. I've earned my street cred, okay? I fucking battled with so many of these motherfuckers on Middle Earth, okay? In the depths of hell and these horrible fucking Google Hangouts. That for him to call me out like this...
Calling you out. So I doubt he would debate you. No, it would be funny to watch. It would be fantastic.
Well, I called out Destiny, too, and I highly doubt that there will actually be a response there. I would like to debate him because I think he's funny. Not in a good way, maybe in a shitty way, but I would love to debate him. I just don't think that I'm likely to get a response. If it is, it'll be like a half-assed thing. Oh yeah, maybe I could do that. Let me check my schedule or something. With Holt, he declines the debate. He's sitting there slandering.
For this guy to be in his little pussy-ass circle jerk with another dude that's not going to challenge him on anything, and then call me out like this, and then block me at the first sight of trouble at trolling on fucking Twitter, fuck this dude. This guy's a little pussy-ass bitch. This guy has no balls at all. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. Why are you surprised that a conspiracy theorist would create a conspiracy theory out of thin air?